can't believe what the hell is going on. These rookies say they reppin' the A, but they doing it wrong. Let us show you how to do it, cause your swaggin' done got stale. Where I come from in the A, you can't be bragging about your mail. Right now, OSV, that means old school vets. There's a lot of us giving you jobs and writing your checks. We can whip around in new schools, but old school's best. Right now, I know you feel the pressure of the beat in your chest. That's RBM, Meal Stick, and FMS. Right here, you bearing witness to two of the best. I know you're sick and tired of hearing that Maypop mess. Nah, I ain't hating dirty, I'm just stressed. Right now, it's time for OSB to full up press. All that running around with the pants on the ground, we put it to rest. Right here, we some grown men, little boys, we ain't playing. Right now, I'm about to take my belt off and start ass slinging. No, ha. Right now, this is what's up. OSB and Meal Stick, DJ turn it up. Right now, put your hands high, break side to side, motherfuckers fly. Right now, this is what you need. This is hip hop, yes, baby, believe. Right here, right now, y'all really wanna get good? Let me show you that. Yeah, one for the money. Two for the bitches who talk shit about a game that they can't play or comprehend. Nigga, fuck y'all. You say you ballin' and shot callin' for real though? I ain't seen shit, nigga, show it to me. Hey man, let me see what you I hope you bitches pack a lunch, cause this one here done been a long time coming. Okay, show and tell. Just like my homie Squirt, bristles off the dirt, you fuckers throwing at a nigga. Yeah, folk boy. Yeah, I said that I was really born and raised with these graded baby ways. Bitch, I'm too crazy. It's OSB, that means it's O-B-E-R.
You say a one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, y'all, let's read this.
Welcome back to the show. I swear to God, whenever I hear this track right here, cut it in yellow. I think about my man Pee Wee Shine on his way to the floor to battle somebody. Back in 1986. Matter of fact, let's bring that beat back one more time. Bring that back. This is 1986 right here for sure.
You say a one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, y'all, let's read this.
You knew it was about to be a battle. Oh, you knew it was on. Oh, it was on. It was on.
I'm going home. East, you say?
Yes, sir.
I'm going home.
She going home. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to the great Pee Wee Shine, one of the greatest break dancers and monk scorner history. Shut up, you haters! Damn, I'm going to have to get me a new studio audience soon, man. Y'all some damn haters. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Couple little college football news and notes, man. The Alabama Crimson Tide are now down to only 2 commitments to the 2018 recruiting class after top running back Dameon Pierce decommitted Thursday. The number 100 ranked prospect had been taking visits to other schools and has now officially reopened his recruitment. After visits to Florida, Florida State, and Georgia, Pierce decided it was in his best interest to take a step back. He noted he had been paying attention to Alabama's depth at running back. Here's a quote from the young man. When you go to college, you want to be, or you want to have an equal opportunity to play, Pierce said. Of course, there's going to be competition everywhere, but sometimes too much competition can be overwhelming. Pierce mentioned Clemson as a school that he could visit in the near future, and the Georgia prospect will now have many other suitors. So you can look at this one or two ways. Nick Saban's probably going to say if the young man didn't want to come here and have competition, and the best man wins, then we probably don't want him anyway. Or you can say that this young man is smart, and there's too many guys down there from Alabama, and a lot of times politics plays a part in this as well. He may be just as talented as another running back, but because the other running back is from Alabama, is from one of the high schools that Nick Saban and Alabama Crimson Tide program gets more players from historically than this kid's school, politics come into play. So you can say, one, he doesn't want to face competition, he doesn't believe in his skills, or two, this kid is smart as hell. I think it's probably more so in number two. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Also speaking about Alabama, man, former Alabama football coach Gene Stallings says he's recovering from a stroke. It says that it happened Thursday. He was in Montgomery, Alabama for a banquet where he introduced the speaker, Dabo Swinney, which, for the record, as soon as Saban retires, that's Dabo's job, which is bad. So you need to crank out as much championships as you can under Dabo at Clemson because he's definitely going back home to Alabama. For people that don't know, Dabo's from Alabama, played for Alabama, and so, it's a wrap. But Stallings introduced Dabo Swinney, his former player and now head coach at Clemson. He said he did not feel well. He spent time at the hospital when he was determined that he had a stroke before the banquet. He was head coach of the University of Alabama from 1990 to 96. I remember the great Gene Stallings. They won the championship back in 1992. Oh, you talk about a squad? So that squad back in 92 had Jay Barker, Derek Lassick at running back, David Palmer. Remember they used to call him Gabby. Remember Gabby Palmer? He wore number 2. Who else was on that team? Oh, the defense, they had them boys in the middle. Kind of like I always think about Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour at Georgia in the middle of the Georgia's defensive line, just dominant, both 6'5", 260, 270, 280 pounds. When you had Seymour and Stroud, remember Alabama had in that 92 championship team, they had John Copeland and Eric Curry? Right, and they also had, who was the defensive backs? George Teague. Oh, yeah. Was it George Teague or was it Antonio Langham that had the strip of the Miami player in the national championship game? I can't remember. One of those two guys, but they had a phenomenal squad. Sam Shade was on that defense, a strong safety. That 92 Alabama team was the shit. And lastly, it was and I just pulled it up. Okay, I just pulled it up just now. There was a lot of talk this past year about that Alabama team not only being the best Alabama team ever, but the best college football team ever, which is hog shit. No way. They were good. They were great. Obviously, they didn't win the national championship. But I just pulled up the roster, the depth chart for that Alabama team in 92. So quarterback was Jay Barker. Running back, I mentioned Derek Lassick. David Palmer. Gabby Palmer was on that team. Who else is a notable name? John Stevenson, offensive guard. John Copeland. Everett Brown, nose tackle. Eric Curry. Derek Oden. Antonio London. George Teague. Antonio Langham. Sam Shade. And Chris Donnelly. And they had Gabby returning punts. David Palmer returning punts. That was a squad. That was a squad. Curry and Copeland, unblockable. Unblockable. So I don't know, man. They just gave so much love to this last year's Alabama team, not just the best Alabama team ever, the greatest football team ever. Get out of here, GTFOH. Also, one good note before we jump back in the chat room on Spreaker.com, former NFL safety Myron Rolle announced Saturday that he graduated from the Florida State University College of Medicine. That's right. According to CNN's Jacqueline Howard, Rolle will begin his neurosurgery residency program at Harvard Medical School and Massachusetts General Hospital next month. Wow, he's not even waiting. He played 3 years for the Seminoles from 2006 to 2008. He put his college football career on hold in 2009 to study at Oxford after becoming a Rhodes Scholar. He famously went straight from his interview for the Rhodes Scholarship to College Park, Maryland, riding a chartered plane in order to play for the Seminoles in their 37-3 victory over the Maryland Terrapins on November 22, 2008. Upon returning from Oxford in 2010, he made himself eligible for the NFL Draft. The Tennessee Titans selected him the 207th pick in the 6th round. But he never appeared in a regular season game for the Titans and spent a brief time with the Pittsburgh Steelers before the team released him in 2012 as well. Now that his football career is over, Rolle wants to use his medical career to help emphasize player safety on the field. Baller Award, man, on this Baller Award Monday, this Ballas and Bustas Monday. Baller Award to Myron Rolle. That's what I'm talking about. It sounds like an easy choice to me, man. You know what? The money that you make in football is hard to turn down. I get it. But, man, something to be said about, using your brain to make money as a career. Then, as I said earlier about Calvin Johnson, running into 250-pound, 6'3", 250-pound beast every Sunday for 6 months. Yeah. It's a very easy choice to me. Shouts out, Ball Award to Myron Rolle. 404-382-0338. Let me also read some of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Speaking of Detroit, LD, Doug running at night from the D. Doug, yeah, man, we have a bad family running the Lions. Quiet as kept. The Fords make cars and have been doing so forever. The Lions are their side piece, their plaything. They never put 1,000% into the Lions like they do in their baby, the Ford Motor Company. Yeah, heard the same things when Ryan played there as well. From Grego, Fitzpatrick always makes his way on the field. Hopefully this isn't a curse on Jameis. I hope not. Don't say that. Rel Scott, that's how he made his money, $334 off that one game. Oh, probably talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick having that one big game when he was, I can't remember which team. He played for Buffalo, and he had a couple of good games where he was just throwing up deep balls, and the wide receivers were just running under him. He didn't really have no real accuracy or just, lasers. He wasn't throwing darts. He had good receivers when he was with Buffalo, and he just used to throw the ball down the field, and receivers used to run up under him. From K Silver, Backslap Your Ass 3000, I'm going to read a portion of this. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing. But I will go back and read it later, but I just can't read the whole thing right now, K3000. I mean, people got, stuff to do. He says, I don't waste my words on Drake anymore. My only real problem with him anyway was him calling himself the king of rap. I took Jay's throne. Wow, I never even know he said that, et cetera, et cetera. How can you be the king of anything when you don't even battle anyone? That's true. And allegedly, which he hadn't, denied, allegedly, somebody else is writing a lot of his stuff. Yeah. And K3000 goes on to say a lot of more good stuff, but we're going to try to move on and read some others as well. RC, they'll say he never won a playoff game, and he only